Christmas, New Year celebration customs. When we talk about the holidays, we refer to the festive period of Christmas, New Year. This period lasts 12 days and is accompanied by many customs. The mental and spiritual preparation of the people began 40 days earlier. On November 14th of St. Philip, with the Christmas Lent, where the faithful did not consume any animal products, and the 40th liturgy in the churches for the health of the living, and for the rest of the pass-away people. The Christmas tree. The idea of decorating the Christmas tree is not as foreign as it is considered by many. In ancient Greece there was a similar custom, except that the plant was not a fir, but the eryzine, wild olive branch, decorated with white and red wool, and the first autumn fruits, such as walnuts, almonds, chestnuts, etc. It was an expression of gratitude for the fertility and euphoria of the time that passed and a request for continuation for the new year. The custom of the decorated tree was spread to the northern peoples by the Greek travelers, who, in the absence of olive trees, adorned branches from the trees that flourished in every place. In the years of Byzantium, in addition to olive branches, they made pillars in the squares, which were decorated with rosemary, myrtles and flowers of the time. The New Year carols refer to this custom. The decoration of the Christmas tree came to Greece in 1833 with the arrival of King Otto. In the 1950s, natural trees such as cedar, cypress, pine or fig branches began to be cut from the surrounding hills. They fixed them in a vase or flower pot and decorated them with cotton to make them look snowy. In the 1960s, small plastic firs, multicolored glass balls and lights appeared. Under the tree they set up a paper manger and small gifts for the children of the family. The holidays were for everyone days of joy, hope, anticipation and optimism for the new year to come. The Christmas boat. As a country of the sea, Greece had the custom of decorating the ship. The ship symbolizes the new voyage of man in life, after the birth of the godman. The traditional boat was decorated mainly in the Greek islands, and was a kind of vow, honor and welcome to the sailors who returned from their voyages for the holidays. In the early 1960s, even on the islands, the Christmas tree displaced the traditional boat. Several days before Christmas, household preparations began. The women cleaned the houses, whitewashed the yards and finished any work they did by hand, such as spinning or embroidery. Christmas bread. It was bread different from everyday life, on the surface of which they formed a cross of dough. At the four ends of the cross they put a nut and baked it in a bronze pan, small round pan. The Christmas and New Year sweets were mellow macarona, pancakes and doubles. Carols. On the morning of this day, the streets were filled with children who went around the neighborhoods and sang the carols. Christmas is the first birth, the first celebration of the year. Go out, see, know where Christ is born. Is born to be fed with honey and milk. Milk is drank by lords, honey by masters. and open your saddle-bags with 1,000 locks, and give us the profits of our effort." While after the word was said, "Good evening, day, lords. And if it is your will, Christ the divine birth, to tell in your mansion," the housewives kissed the children with raisins, dried figs, walnuts, oranges and sweets. At the end of the day, the basket they were holding in their hands was filled with delicacies. On Christmas Day morning, at 5 in the morning, on Christmas Day, the bells rang joyfully. Dressed in their festive clothes went to church. They took Holy Communion, exchanged wishes and returned to the house, where the preparations for the festive table began. They ate before 12 in the afternoon because they had woken up early. The father would cross the Christmas bread, say "Happy Birthday," and the housewife would serve everyone hot chicken soup, or baked meat, or grilled turkey, which they had raised for the day. The Christmas meal ended with homemade yogurt and fruit from the trees in the yard. In the afternoon they visited and exchanged wishes with relatives. New Year customs. From the eve of the New Year, the housewives prepared doubles and mellow macaroni. They kneaded Santa's bread, Santa Claus pie, and hid a penny for the good fortune. The Santa Claus pie was decorated differently from the Christmas bread. They divided its surface with a cross of dough into 4 parts, in each of which they formed, again with dough, various images. A house for the health of the family, vine leaves and bunches of grapes for a good harvest in the vintage, sheaves for fruitfulness and a shepherd with sheep for animal health. Carols. On the eve from morning until late at night the children chanted, "First of the month and first of the year, high tree of incense, and begin of our good year. Church, church with the holy throne." On New Year's Day. At dawn on New Year's Eve, the householder first woke up, picked up the basca, wild onion, which he had uprooted from the stony fields where it was growing, and with the wish many years gently beat all the members of the family on the head, to be iron-headed, waking them up to go together to morning liturgy. When they returned from the church, they were sitting on the sofa small table, snacking a little soup from the head of the lamb or tripe. The young children went to the grandparents' house as well as to other relatives, to be for the first lucky step in their house, holding in their hands a plate of sweets, covered with a white woven towel. They, in turn, gave the children a tip for goodness. At the lunch table, the householder would cross Santa Claus bread, saying many years, Happy New Year, and cut it. The first piece about Christ, then about Santa Claus, about the poor, about the house and about every member of the family. Whoever found the hidden penny was considered the lucky one of the year. On the first day of the year, they were very careful about who would make the first step in their house, and always with the right foot to have a good year. It was not uncommon for them to arrange in advance who would make the first step, because they considered him charming and lucky. The day ended with an exchange of visits and sweets to relatives and friends.